Utility, a term in economics that refers to the total satisfaction or benefit from consuming a good or service. If you take a good and you feel satisfaction, it gives you satisfaction or it completes your requirement, then this good provides you utility. In the same way, different services give you satisfaction or complete your requirement or criteria, then it gives you satisfaction and provides you utility. For example, food for hungry. If a person is hungry, then he want to eat food, and after eating food, he feels satisfaction and happiness. So it gives utility. A pen for a student. According to his need, he want to use this pen to write the things, and when he write the things after using pen, he feels satisfaction, then it gives him utility. When a person is sick, he go to the doctor and wants treatment. If a doctor treats him well and he feels satisfaction, then it gives him utility. These are some examples of utility. Next is properties of utility. There are different properties of utility. Number one is intensity of demand. Utility depends upon the intensity of demand. If a person is not hungry, then food is not useful for him. If a person is not a student, then pen is not his requirement. In the same way, if a person is not sick, he don't want to get treatment, then treatment does not provide him utility. So utility depends upon the demand of intensity. If a person is hungry, then he want to eat something, then food gives him utility, otherwise not. Number two is use of good. It depends on good, that how we are using it. There is one same thing, like a pen. If it is not using a person who is a student, then it is not beneficial for him. But if the same pen is used by a student or teacher, it gives more utility. So the dependence of a pen, utility of a pen, depends upon the right person and its usage. Number three is change in form. There are a lot of things we use in different forms. For example, water. Water is used to wash utensils. Water is used to wash clothes. Water is used to make bread. Water is used to cook a lot of things. And the same way, water is used to make ice. So different usage gives different level of utility. In the same way, wood is used in different ways. Wood can be burnt, it gives less utility. The same wood can be used to make furniture or doors or windows, then the same wood gives more utility. In the same way, iron is used to make a simple tool, right, like axe, to cut down the trees. It gives less utility. But iron is used to make machinery, so it can work more and more than axe, and it gives more utility. So change in form gives more or less utility. The more fine and the more useful things is made from the same material gives more utility. Vice versa. Number 4, change in ownership. The value of a things can be judged by a right person. So change in ownership gives utility in a different way. For example, there is a picture of grandfather. For example, Ali's grandfather. It is more valuable for him. Whenever he sees the picture, he feels satisfaction, he feels happiness. It gives him more utility. But the same grandfather's picture is given to Asad, who doesn't know even whose picture is this. So it is not valuable for Asad, and it do not give him utility. In the same way, if diamond and gold is given to the right person who want these things and who values these things, it gives him more satisfaction, and they will take care of these things. But in the same way, it is given to a person who doesn't know the value of these things or who don't want to get these things. He doesn't value the things, so he gets no satisfaction and no utility. Number 5 is change in place. Change in place matters a lot. For example, soil is in the field. It is not more valuable, but the same soil is when delivered to the kilns and makes bricks, it gets more value and it gives more utility to build houses and in construction procedures. So change in place, value the things, increase the value of the things, and gives more utility. Number 6 is change in time. Change in time also matters. For example, there are lights which do not helpful in daytime. So these lights do not provide utility in daytime, but the same lights provide more utility at night when we want to use the lights, and these lights gives us more utility as compared to daytime. Number 7 is change in weather. Change in weather is also matters. For example, the clothes and the accessories of winter do not provide us utility in summer season, and the clothings and even ice creams which provide utilities in summer, ice creams do not provide us utility in winter because there is no demand of cold things in winter. Number 8 is change in techniques. Change in techniques also matters. For example, if there is a piece of raw iron, it is useless. It provides no utility. But along with the passage of time and the new techniques and the new modern researches and technologies, the same piece of iron can be melted and reshaped in machineries and other powerful tools, which gives us more satisfaction, provides us more work, and gives more utility than the simple things. So these were the properties of utility. And next is relationship between. We discussed 3 relationships. Number 1 is utility and usefulness. What is the relationship between utility and usefulness? Utility is the power or ability of a thing to satisfy us, but it doesn't mean that it provides us utility, usefulness, or it is good for us. For example, if there is a smoker, he wants to smoke, and after smoking he feels satisfaction and he completes his need, but smoking is not good for health, so it is not useful. If there is a person who is hungry, who want to eat an apple, and after eating apple he wants after eating apple he feels satisfaction and happiness, so it gives him utility. Along with it gives also him usefulness, because apples are good for health. In another example, banana is good for health. There are two persons. One person who feels hungry, and after eating banana he feels satisfaction and it is good for health, so it provides both utility and usefulness. In the same way, there is another person who is diabetic, and banana is not good for him, so when he eats banana provides him utility but not usefulness, because it is not good for a diabetic person. So utility and usefulness are two different things. Next is utility and scarcity. Utility is the quality we satisfy our need, and utility basically occurs when the things are less and the demand is more. So it means scarcity. Like land is not unlimited, so land is scarce, and when people demand more land, then price of land increases and its demand increases. But there are some things which, being scarce, do not demand. For example, rotten eggs, which are less in numbers and limited, but there is no demand of rotten eggs. So when there is no demand, it provides no utility. There are some vegetables, raw vegetables or rotten vegetables, which are not in demand, so these vegetables do not provide any kind of utility. So utility doesn't mean that all the scarce things provide utility. Only those scarce things provide utility which are in demand. Number 3 is utility and income. If we discuss the power to purchase, then with less income we have more utility. For example, if there is a person who is poor and he have limited income, when he gets the thing he feels more happiness. And if a rich person gets the same thing, he has more power to purchase, and when he gets the same thing he doesn't feel more utility for it, because he can easily avail it. So income and utility for a poor and for a rich matters different. In another way, if we discuss the relationship between income and utility in a way that if you have less income, the power to purchase is less and you can purchase less things, so utility will be low. And if you have more income, then you can purchase more things, so utility will be more. In this way, this will be positive relationship. With the increasing income, utility will also be increased, vice versa. Thank you so much.